Hi, my name is Miranda Barkho, and I will be interviewing Mrs. Koskela on people who take prescription drugs for academic advantages. So, what do you think about people using prescribed medication for academic use? Keep in mind that these people don't actually need the drug.
Well, I never gave it too much thought. I don't like to take medication, so I figured why would somebody else want to take it either. Um, I wouldn't anticipate students would take it for that reason, but I know that it happens. I think there are a lot of reasons why they do, and many times I think it's tied into the competitive nature of academics in relationship to schools, particularly high schools and colleges. Um, so students figure that they're going to do anything they can that might give them an edge, and taking that drug might help them, so some people are going to just jump right in.
hmm Do you think that people who take those prescription drugs will most likely benefit from them, or will the drugs impact them negatively?
Well, I think I think it will do both things. When my kids were young, my now 29-year-old was a busy, strong-willed little boy. A friend of mine was a special education teacher, and I talked to her one day. We were talking in a women's group. We were talking about our kids, and I mentioned that we thought my son might have ADD. She said that she'd been around him a lot, knew him, and she said, he doesn't have ADD, he's just a busy kid. So she said also that a lot of people have been diagnosed with ADD but were normal kids, or ADHD, but that people had expectations that they were going to achieve certain things. And so because their expectations were really high and their kids weren't measuring up necessarily, they thought there was something wrong. So and it's difficult to have an official diagnosis for ADD or ADHD. The testing is not real precise. So they got their kids tested, found out yes they did, or they might have this, and so they had the drugs were prescribed for kids that didn't really need them. I think sometimes parents don't want to deal with the behavioral issues that accompany these kinds of problems. And so my friend said that any child or adult would be helped if you took the medication, but it does have side effects. And as far as the behavioral end of it too, I think that you might take the drug and it might help you somewhat, but if you don't address the behavioral issues like procrastination or distraction, being distracted, or for example, creating a good place to study, or a place where you can actually focus on what you're doing, that the drugs aren't going to make a difference. You need both those things together. It's a combination. Mm-hmm. And also, it's not a good idea to take medication for a long time if you don't have to. And most of the time, these kids are diagnosed fairly young, and they take them for a long time.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think that the people who are taking these medications, who make it into a professional grad school, deserve it?
Well, they're doing the work. They're not going to get in by skating by, I don't think. You have to accomplish something to get to that point, and it becomes a crutch. That's true, but they do get in. It's not like somebody's giving them a totally free ride. I don't think they're doing themselves any good and not helping themselves by doing this. Mm. I don't think they deserve to be kicked out for it necessarily, but I don't know. It's a hard thing to determine, I guess, but mm-hmm. I don't know.
What would you say is a disadvantage to take the drug, even if it's helping you improve your grades?
I think the biggest aspect is the emotional dependency. You're never quite sure if it's you achieving something or if it's the drug, if you could do it all on your own. And, the question will be, well, could I do this if I wasn't taking this drug? Maybe I can't. Maybe I don't want to try, or maybe I'm afraid to see what the result is. And also, can I stop taking it? If you're in if you go to law school, you take it all the while you're an undergrad in law school. Gee, when you get done and you're a lawyer, are you going to need it to help your clients?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the emotional side and the doubt in yourself are the biggest problems.
Mm-hmm. Who would you think would be more successful in the long run? The people who take the medication or those who don't?
I don't know enough about long-term usage, but I'd say that the people who don't take it are going to understand themselves better and be able to better handle the pressures of a job or achievement in a field better than somebody who relies on a drug to
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Why would you think someone would give them the medication in the first place?
Oh, I think they do it for money. I think they sell it. Money was a big motivator for people, and you also might do it if you had friends and just wanted to help a friend out too.
Mm-hmm. If someone came to you for advice and they were deciding whether to take them or not, what would you tell them?
No, don't. I think it's dangerous to take drugs if you don't need to. We don't always understand the effects that they're going to have on our body, and especially for a long-term effect. Some people react really violently to things or can develop something that they would affect them for the rest of their life. So no, there are a lot of places that you can go to get study help, a lot of people that can help you. People that are trained in behavior modification, teachers, librarians. So I think those are better options than taking medication to solve the problem.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.